Betrayed and cut from family trust. Fought back, won my share, then my brother's gambling thug hunted me down. I'm Ethan, 32, the middle kid in a family of 5 siblings. Middle doesn't mean much in my clan. It's just a spot to get lost in. I've got 2 older brothers, Jake and Matt, and 2 younger sisters, Lily and Grace. Growing up, I was the quiet one, the peacemaker, the guy who fixed fights and stayed out of the spotlight. My parents, Dad's a retired mechanic, Mom's a former nurse, raised us in a sprawling, creaky ranch house on the edge of a nowhere town. It's the kind of place that looks idyllic in old photos, but feels like a pressure cooker when we're all under one roof. I'm single, no kids, running a small carpentry business that's doing okay. Better than okay, actually. But to my family, I'm still the oddball who didn't settle down like the rest. Thanksgiving's our big deal. Every year, we pile into that ranch house, siblings, spouses, a swarm of nieces and nephews, for a day of food, football, and unspoken grudges. I've always dreaded it. The house smells like turkey and tension, and my parents play host like it's a performance, all smiles over a simmering pot of judgment. This year, I swore I'd keep my cool, no matter what. I'd been prepping myself for weeks, deep breaths, mental pep talks, because I knew the script. Jake and Matt flexing their perfect lives, Lily and Grace getting babied, and me, stuck in the middle, catching stray shots about my empty existence. But I went anyway. Family, right? I pulled up late afternoon, gravel crunching under my tires, the house already buzzing. Jake was outside, barking orders at his teenage sons unloading chairs from his truck, classic big brother control freak. Matt was on the porch, beer in hand, laughing with his wife, their toddler tugging his leg. Lily and Grace were inside, giggling with Mom over pies, their husbands wrangling the younger kids. I stepped out, bracing myself, and Dad hollered from the garage, "Ethan, about time. Thought you'd bailed again." His grin was half tease, half dig. I'd skipped Easter once, and they'd never let it go. I forced a smile, wouldn't miss it, and hauled my toolbox in. Mom'd asked me to fix a cabinet, like always. Inside, it was chaos dressed up as tradition. The dining room table gleamed, linen cloth, Mom's heirloom plates, a centerpiece of pine cones and candles. Kids darted around, screaming about a lost toy, while Jake's wife, Sarah, set out appetizers like she was staging a magazine shoot. Mom hugged me, quick and stiff. "Good to see you, hon. Go help your dad with the chairs." "No, how are you?" "Just a task." I nodded, dodging Grace's toddler, who smeared cranberry sauce on my jeans. Lily waved. "Hey, Ethan, still building birdhouses for a living?" Her laugh stung. My business does custom furniture, not trinkets, but I shrugged. "Pays the bills." She rolled her eyes, back to her pie. Dinner prep was the usual circus. Dad barked at Matt to carve the turkey, Mom fussed over gravy, and Jake lectured everyone on his latest real estate deal. I fixed the cabinet, loose hinge, quick job, and lingered in the kitchen, hoping to blend in. That's when Mom hit me with it. "Ethan, why don't you sit out back with the kids this year? We're tight on space at the big table." I froze, screwdriver in hand. The big table was packed. Jake, Matt, their wives, Lily, Grace, their husbands, all squeezed in with wine glasses clinking. Out back, a folding table under the oak, plastic chairs, paper plates, the kiddie zone, where the under-10s reigned. I glanced at her. "Seriously?" She smiled, that saccharine mask. "Oh, you're good with them. They love Uncle Ethan. We'll save you a real seat next time." Next time. Always next time. I looked at the dining room, my siblings laughing, Dad at the head like a king, and felt the familiar kick. I didn't fit. At 32, I was still the spare, the unmarried kid they could shun aside. Anger flared, but I swallowed it. "Thanksgiving, don't ruin it." "Sure, Mom." I muttered, voice tight, and grabbed a beer. She patted my arm, oblivious, and turned back to her gravy. I headed out back, the cold November air biting as I sank into a wobbly chair next to my nephew, who was mashing stuffing into his hair. The kids babbled, oblivious, while I stared at my paper plate. Lumpy potatoes, a turkey scrap, no gravy. Inside, I heard Jake's booming laugh through the window, and something in me cracked. I tried to stick it out, ate in silence, nodded at the kids' chatter, but every clink of glass from the house twisted the knife. My phone buzzed. Work email, a client praising a table I'd built, and I clung to it, a lifeline to a life they didn't see. Then Lily poked her head out. Ethan, can you grab the pies from the oven? My hands are full. She giggled, baby on her hip, and ducked back in. I stood, jaw clenched, errand boy again. Inside, I pulled the pies out, the heat searing my hands, and set them on the counter. Mom glanced over. Oh, perfect. Take him to the big table, will you? No thanks, just orders. I carried them in, the room buzzing with chatter, and Jake smirked. Still on kitchen duty, huh? Matt chimed. Man, get a wife, she'd handle that. Laughter erupted, and I froze, pies trembling in my grip. That's when it snapped. I set the pies down, harder than I meant, a crack echoing, and looked at them. You know what? I'm done. Silence fell, forks pausing midair. Mom frowned. Ethan, what's wrong? I laughed sharp. What's wrong? You stick me with the kids, treat me like a servant, and mock me for living my way. Every year, same garbage. Dad bristled. Watch your tone. This is my house. I shot back. Yeah, and I'm not your kid anymore. I'm 32, not 12. Jake scoffed. Chill, it's just a seat. I turned on him. It's not the seat. It's you all acting like I'm less because I didn't clone your lives. Mom's eyes widened. We don't think that. But I was rolling. You do, always have. I've built something real. Business, freedom, and you can't stand it 'cause it's not your script. Lily whispered. Ethan, stop. But I grabbed my coat. No, I'm out. Dad boomed. You walk out. Don't come back. I didn't flinch. Fine by me. I stormed to my truck, their shouts fading. Mom's, Ethan, wait. Jake's let him go. And peeled out, gravel flying. I drove, no plan, until I hit this gas station, adrenaline pumping. My phone's exploding now. Texts, calls, the works. Jake, you're a jerk, ruined dinner. Matt, grow up, man. Mom, please come back, we're worried. I smirked, worried now, huh? Then Lily's hit. I get you're mad, but this hurts us all. Talk to me. She's the soft spot, always has been, but I'm not ready. I've got a plan brewing, something big, and they won't see it coming. For once, I'm not the peacemaker. I'm the storm. What's next? I'm figuring it out. Your thoughts? Update 2. After peeling out of the ranch house, I didn't stop driving till my tank blinked empty. Ended up at a truck stop diner, neon buzzing, nursing black coffee, and a plate of fries I barely touched. My phone kept lighting up. Jake's, you're a drama queen texts. Matt's call us, idiot. Mom's guilt trips. Ethan, this isn't you. Come home. I muted them all, except Lily's. Hers was quieter. I hate this. I know you're hurt. Can we talk? I stared at it, thumb hovering, but didn't reply. Not yet. I wasn't ready to soften. Rage was my fuel, and I needed it to figure out what came next. I crashed at a cheap motel that night, the hum of the highway drowning out my thoughts. Woke up to more messages. Dad's now. You owe us an apology. Fix this. I laughed, bitter. Apologize for what? For not eating their scraps while they laughed at my life? I scrolled my photos instead, landed on an old one. Thanksgiving 5 years back. All of us crammed at the big table, me included. I looked closer. Even then, I was on the edge, half cut off, while Jake and Matt hogged the center. Always the spare. I deleted it, felt good, and started planning. They'd push me out. I'd push back harder. Monday, I went dark, blocked Mom, Jake, and Matt, kept Lily and Grace unblocked but silent. Work was my escape. Sanded a table till my hands bled, took a rush order to keep busy. My crew noticed. Rico, my lead guy, asked, You good, boss? You're a machine today. I shrugged. Family crap, don't ask. He nodded, left it alone. That night, I dug through old emails, found a lawyer's contact, friend of a client, small-town guy who owed me a favor. Sent him a message. Need advice, family mess, inheritance stuff. Call me. I didn't know what I'd do, but I wanted options. Tuesday, the twist landed. Grace, my youngest sister, 26, the baby they all dote on, called. I almost didn't pick up, but her voice was shaky when I did. Ethan, don't hang up. I'm not mad, I swear. I leaned against my truck, wary. What's up? She hesitated, then, I heard Mom and Dad talking last night. About you, about Grandpa's estate. My gut tightened. Grandpa died 3 years ago, left the ranch house and some cash, split 5 ways, we'd been told. Grace whispered, they lied. There's more. A trust, land up north, worth a ton. They cut you out. Said you'd waste it since you're not settled. I gripped the phone. What? She rushed. I found papers in Dad's desk. Your name's scratched off. Just us four. They've been hiding it. I couldn't breathe. Grandpa loved me. Taught me woodworking. Called me his quiet storm. They'd erased me from his legacy? Why tell me now? I asked, voice rough. Grace sniffed. 'Cause it's wrong. I didn't know till Thanksgiving, when you left. They were whispering after, saying you didn't deserve it anyway. I hate them for this. I paced, fury boiling. Send me proof. She did, snapped blurry pics of the documents, texted them over. There it was, my name, crossed out in Dad's scrawl, a trust worth $500,000, land, stocks, divvied up between Jake, Matt, Lily, and Grace. Dated 2 years ago, right after I'd skipped Easter. I sat in my workshop, staring at those pics, till my eyes burned. They hadn't just sidelined me at dinner. They'd robbed me, planned it, while I'd been fixing their cabinets and hauling their chairs. Every "you're not like us" jab made sense now. They'd justified it, painted me as the loser to sleep at night. I called my lawyer friend, Tom, that night, laid it all out. Can they do this? I asked. He sighed. If it's a private trust, yeah. Grandpa gave them control as executors. But we can fight fraud, undue influence. You got proof. I sent him Grace's pics. Working on more, I said. He promised to dig, quietly. Wednesday, I went rogue. Drove to the ranch house. Knew they'd be at Jake's for a family meeting about me. Used my old key, slipped into Dad's office. Heart pounded as I rifled drawers. Found the originals, trust docs, a letter from Grandpa saying, Ethan's got his own path. Give him his share. They'd ignored it. Took photos, grabbed a copy, left everything else. My phone buzzed as I drove off. Lily. Ethan, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Where are you? I texted back, short. Ask Mom and Dad about the trust. She didn't reply. Knew she'd panic. Thursday, the storm broke. Jake called. Unblocked him for this. What's this trust crap? You stirring lies. I laughed cold. Check Dad's desk. My name's gone. Yours isn't. They stole from me. He sputtered. That's insane. You're delusional. I hung up, sent him and Matt the pics. Mom called next, voice trembling. Ethan, let's talk. This is a misunderstanding. I cut her off. 2 years isn't a misunderstanding. It's a betrayal. I'm done. Blocked her again. Grace texted. They're freaking out. Jake's yelling. Mom's crying. I'm so sorry. I replied. You're good. Stay out of it. Friday, I met Tom. He laid it out. Tough case. Private trusts are ironclad unless we prove intent. These docs help, but we need more. Witnesses, Grandpa's will. I nodded. Grace'll talk. She's pissed too. He grinned. Good. Siblings turning's gold. We'll draft a demand, scare him into settling. I felt a rush, control, finally. That night, I crashed at the workshop, sipping whiskey, planning. They'd hidden a fortune while mocking my little business. Ironic, since my birdhouses paid my bills without their handouts. Now they're scrambling. Lily's begging through Grace. Please don't sue. We'll fix it. Jake's threatening. Matt's silent, probably scheming. Mom and Dad sent a group text I saw via Grace. We love you all. Ethan's twisting this. Twisting? They'd twisted me out of my own family. Dana, my co-worker who's been a quiet friend, checked in, brought coffee. Heard the chaos, she said soft. You okay? I smirked. Getting there, gonna make him pay. She nodded. You deserve that. I'm set. Lawyer's moving, Grace is on my side, and I've got proof. The kids don't know yet. Shielding them till it's done, but this'll hit hard. I still love them. Hate that, and it's a mess. Should I push the lawsuit full on? Settle quiet? I'm torn. Your take? Update 3. After finding those trust docs, I couldn't sit still. Tom, my lawyer, had the demand letter ready by Friday. Short, sharp. Reinstate Ethan's share or we sue for fraud, plus damages. I told him to hold off sending it. I wanted to face them first, see their eyes when I dropped the hammer. Grace was my insider. She'd texted. They're at the ranch tomorrow, noon, planning how to deal with you. I grinned, grim. Perfect. I spent the night in the workshop, sanding a chair till my arms ached, rehearsing what I'd say. Sleep didn't come. Rage and betrayal kept me up, replaying every smug comment they'd ever made. Saturday, I rolled up to the ranch house, unannounced. Gravel crunched as I parked beside Jake's shiny SUV, fitting for the king of the castle. Inside, the dining room hummed. Mom at the table, Dad pacing, Jake and Matt leaning in, Lily fidgeting, Grace quiet in the corner. No spouses or kids, pure strategy session. I walked in, door banging behind me, and they froze. Mom's eyes widened. Ethan? Jake sneered. What's this? You're big in trance. I tossed the trust papers, copies, not originals, onto the table. Explain this. Dad snatched them, face reddening. Where'd you get these? I locked eyes. Doesn't matter. You cut me out. Grandpa's trust, $500,000, my name's gone. What? Mom stammered. It's not what you think, but Jake cut in. You're blowing this up. Always the victim. I laughed cold. Victim? You stole from me. 2 years ago, while I was here, eating your leftovers. Lily whispered. We didn't mean, but I turned on her. You knew, didn't you? All of you. Grace piped up. I didn't. Told him when I found out. Jake glared at her. Stay out of this, kid. Dad slammed the papers down. We made a call. You're not stable, Ethan. No family, no roots. Grandpa's money be gone on your little hobby. My hobby? My business cleared 6 figures last year. More than Matt's cushy desk job, but I didn't bite. So you lied, said it was split 5 ways, pocketed my share. Mom teared up. We thought it'd push you to settle down. Get serious. I stared, floored. You stole to fix me? Matt smirked. You're fine without it. Why the fuss? I snapped. 'Cause it's mine. Grandpa wanted me to have it. The room erupted. Jake yelled. You're ungrateful. We've carried you. Lily begged. Stop fighting. Dad roared. Enough. This is my house, my rules. I held up my phone. Pics of Grandpa's letter. Ethan's got his own path. On screen. His rules, not yours. You ignored him. Silence hit heavy. Mom sobbed. We didn't mean to hurt you. I shook my head. Too late. Tom's filing Monday unless you fix this. Jake lunged forward. You're suing us? I stood my ground. Betray me, pay for it. Dad pointed to the door. Get out. Don't come back. I smirked. Already gone. And left, their shouts echoing. I drove straight to Dana's. She'd offered a couch if I needed it. She opened the door, saw my face, and pulled me in. Rough? She asked, handing me a beer. I nodded. They're monsters. Admitted it, still doubled down. She sat, quiet. Then, you're tougher than they think. I smirked. Gonna prove it. My phone buzzed. Grace. They're losing it. Jake's calling lawyers. Mom's a wreck. I'm with you. I texted back. Thanks, stay safe. Lily tried next. Ethan, I'm sorry. I didn't know till last year. Please don't hate me. I didn't reply. Too raw. Sunday, the twist hit. Matt called. Unblocked him for kicks. You win, okay? We'll settle, but there's a catch. I frowned. What catch? He hesitated. Jake's flipping. He wants to countersue. Says you forged the docs. He's got Mom and Dad on board. I laughed sharp. Forged? I've got originals. Try me. Matt sighed. He's bluffing. But listen, Lily and I want out. We'll testify for you. Say they planned it. Just don't drag us all down. I froze. Matt and Lily turning? Why? I asked. He muttered. Jake's a bully. Runs us like Dad. We're sick of it. Grace too. She's ready. My head spun. An alliance? I called Tom, filled him in. Game changer, he said, grinning over the line. 3 siblings backing you? We've got intent, conspiracy, the works. Demands going out tomorrow. Full share, plus legal fees, or we go to court. I nodded. Do it. That night, I crashed at Dana's, her dog snoring beside me. She cooked. Pasta, simple, and we talked till midnight. You're not alone, she said soft. I felt it, first time in years. Something flickered there, but I shelved it. Too much chaos. Monday, the letter hit. Tom sent it. Certified mail, copies to all 5. Grace texted. They got it. Jake smashed a lamp. Dad's yelling about disloyalty. Lily's crying. Matt's with me. We're done. My phone lit up. Jake, you're dead to us. See you in court. Mom. Ethan, stop this. We're family. I blocked them, kept Matt and Lily open. Dana checked in. News? I smirked. They're cracking. 3 against 2 now. She grinned. You're a force. The kids don't know. Grace says Jake's keeping it from his boys, but mine'll hear soon. I'll sit them down when it's time, shield them till the dust settles. I'm winning, but it's hollow, family shredded, and I still feel Grandpa's loss. Matt and Lily's flip's a lifeline, but can I trust them? Jake's unhinged, might fight dirty. Should I push harder or take the settlement? I'm spinning. Your take? Update 4. After Matt and Lily flipped, I felt the tide shift. Tom sent the demand letter Monday. Full share, legal fees, 48 hours to comply, or we'd file. Jake's "see you in court" text was a gauntlet thrown, and I picked it up. Tuesday, Grace called, voice shaky. They're meeting with a lawyer. Jake's pushing Mom and Dad to fight. Says you're bluffing. I smirked. Let him try. 3 of you back me. She sighed. Yeah, but it's ugly. Jake's calling us traitors. Mom's guilting us. I told her, hold firm. We've got this. Matt texted later. Lily's a mess, but we're in. Jake's lost it. Wednesday, they countered. Tom got a letter from their lawyer. A slick city guy Jake probably bankrolled. No fraud, trust discretionary. Ethan's out. Take it or leave it, Tom read, chuckling. They're scared. Weak play. We're filing tomorrow. I nodded, full steam. That night, I met Matt and Lily at a diner, neutral ground. Lily hugged me, teary. I'm sorry, we should have stopped them sooner. Matt nodded, grim. Jake's always run the show, Dad's puppet now. We found more, bank records, transfers from the trust to Jake's accounts. My jaw dropped, he's skimming. Lily whispered, years, hundreds grand. Mom and Dad covered it. I took the records, sloppy withdrawals, dates matching Jake's deals, and sent them to Tom. This is it, he said Thursday. Fraud's clear. Jake's the thief, not just you cut out. Filing now, court date next week. I felt a rush, justice, not just revenge. Friday, I told the kids, kept it light. Uncle Jake and Grandpa made a mistake with money. Me and your aunts are fixing it. My oldest nephew, Jake's son, overheard at school, asked Grace, is Dad bad? She dodged, just mixed up, but it stung. Collateral damage was piling up. Monday, court hit. Small-town judge, packed gallery, word spreads fast. Jake strutted in, suit crisp, Mom and Dad stone-faced beside him. Matt, Lily, and Grace sat with me, line drawn. Tom opened. Ethan's excluded from a trust against intent. Here's Grandpa's letter, proof of fraud. Jake's theft. Their lawyer countered. Discretionary trust. Family choice. No crime. Then Matt testified. Calm, steady. Jake bragged about fixing Ethan out, moved trust money to his deals. I saw it. Lily followed, voice breaking. Mom cried when they changed it. Said Ethan'd never know. Gasps rippled. Neighbors, cousins, all watching. Jake exploded. Lies. They're jealous. Judge banged the gavel. Order. Then Grace dropped the bomb. Produced a recording, secret, from last week. Jake to Dad. Ethan's nothing. Let's bury him. Keep the cash. Mom gasped. Grace, you taped us? Judge glared. Admissible. Intent's clear. Their lawyer fumbled. Objection. Privacy. Overruled. I sat, stunned. Grace hadn't told me she'd gone that far. Tom whispered. We've won. Settlement's theirs to beg now. Tuesday, the twist hit. Court recessed, and Mom pulled me aside, eyes red. Ethan, stop. I'll give you your share. Just end this. I crossed my arms. Too late. Jake's theft's public. Why'd you let him? She stammered. He threatened to leave us. Said we'd lose the house without his deals. I stared. You sold me out for him? She nodded, broken. I thought you'd be fine. Independent, no kids. I walked away. Her logic was a knife. That night, Jake called, unhinged. You happy? Town hates me. Business is tanking. I'll ruin you. I laughed. You're done. Good luck. Blocked him. Wednesday, their lawyer caved. Offered full share. No fees. No countersuit. Tom pushed. Take it. Court'll give more, but this ends it fast. I agreed. Signed Thursday, $120,000 wired. Land title split, 5 ways again. Jake's cut shrank. His skimming bit him back. Mom texted, we're sorry, can we talk? I didn't reply. Grace said she's a shell. Dad's silent. Jake's raging alone. Matt and Lily split off, planning a new Thanksgiving. Just us 3 and the kids. No more big table, Lily said, soft. I nodded. Better that way. Dana's been my rock. Friday, she helped move me into the cabin. Kids loved it, ran wild in the yard. We cooked steaks, not turkey, and she stayed late, talking by the fire. "You're free now," she said, hand brushing mine. I grinned. Yeah, feels weird. Something's growing there, slow, real. Saturday, I took the kids fishing. Kept it simple, no trust talk. My niece asked, "Are we still family?" I hugged her. "Always, just us now." The twist lingered. Jake's threats, Mom's plea. Town split. Some cheer me, some shun me for tearing us apart. I've got my share, my piece, but the cost's steep. Family's fractured, kids'll feel it. Matt and Lily's loyalty's gold. But can I rebuild with them? Should I let Mom back in? I'm steady, but shaken. Your thoughts? Update 5. After signing the settlement, $120,000 and my land share back, I thought the dust would settle. Tom called it a win. Jake's exposed. Your siblings split. They're done fighting. Friday night, I banked the cash, paid off my truck, and stashed the rest for the kids' future. Nieces and nephews, not just mine. Matt and Lily stuck close. Planned a quiet Thanksgiving redo at Lily's place. No ranch house, no big table. Grace hosted the kids that weekend, giving me space to breathe. I felt lighter. Money was nice, but cutting Jake's strings felt better. Saturday, Mom tried again. Showed up at the cabin. No call, looking like she'd aged a decade. "Ethan, please," she said, voice cracked. "We're losing everything. Jake's broke. Dad's a mess. Forgive us." I leaned on the doorframe, cold. "You chose him over me. 2 years of lies. Why now?" She teared up. "I was wrong, scared of him leaving. You're my son too." I stared, the old pull tugging, but shook my head. "Words don't fix this. Actions do. Prove it. Maybe I'll listen." She left a note. "We love you. Always," and drove off. I kept it, unopened, in a drawer, too raw to decide. Sunday, Matt and Lily came through. We cooked. Ham, not turkey, their kids running wild, and talked real for once. Matt said, "Jake's spiraling. Lost clients. Wife's furious." Lily added, "Mom's begging us to fix it with you. She's lost without Dad barking orders." I smirked. They made their bed. Grace texted, "Town's buzzing. Jake's a pariah. Council's auditing more." I felt a grim win. Justice, messy but mine. Dana joined us, brought pie, her quiet strength a balm. My nephew asked, "Is Uncle Jake in jail?" I hugged him. "No, just in trouble. We're okay." They nodded, trusting me, and it hit. I was their anchor now. Monday, the final twist slammed in. I'd gone to the workshop, early job, custom desk, when my phone rang. Unknown number. Picked up, and a gravelly voice growled, "You Ethan?" I frowned. "Yeah, who's this?" He laughed, dark. "Friend of Jake's. Owes me big. Says you've got his cash now." My gut dropped. "What?" He snarled. "Trust money." He funneled it to me. "Bad bets. Lost it all. Coming for you. Watch your back." Click. I stood, sawdust falling, heart racing. Jake didn't just skim. He'd gambled it, lost it to some thug, and pointed him at me? I called Tom, panicked. Some guy threatened me. "Jake's debts, my share." Tom cursed. "Idiot. We'll trace it. File a restraining order. Cops too. Give me the number." I did. Then Paul, Jen's cop husband. He ran it. Burner. No trace yet. But said, "Jake's in deep." Heard whispers of bookies. "Stay sharp." I drove to Lily's, told her and Matt. Lily gasped. "He's unhinged. I'll check his old phone. Might have proof." Matt nodded. "We'll back you. Cops'll nail him." That night, I stayed at the cabin, locked tight, Dana crashing with me. "Not leaving you alone," she said, firm. I grinned. "My hero." She smirked. "Someone's gotta be." Tuesday, Lily found gold. Jake's old texts, forwarded to me. Borrowed trust cash. "Ethan won't know." To a guy named Rico, not my crew Rico. Dates lined up. $200,000 gone. Bets on fights, horses, cards. She sent it to Paul, who called. "Arrest warrants out. Fraud. Theft. Now this. Thug's a ghost, but we'll get him." Wednesday, Jake got nabbed. Cops hauled him from his office. Cuffs on, per Grace's text. He's screaming, "It's your fault." Mom's collapsed. I felt sick, vindicated, but hollow. Dad texted, "First time. You did this. Hope you're happy." I didn't reply. His mess, not mine. Thursday, the threat faded. Paul's team tracked Rico to a bar 2 towns over, lowlife with a rap sheet, nabbed on unrelated charges. He's off your tail, Paul said. Jake's singing to cut a deal. Blames Dad now. I exhaled, safe, but shaken. Dana stayed close, cooked soup, and we talked till dawn. You're a survivor, she said, hand on mine. I nodded, thanks to you. It clicked, more than friends, slow but sure. Friday, I took the kids to the lake. Kept it light, no Jake talk. My niece drew me a picture, me, her, a boat, and I teared up. They're why I fought. The fallout's brutal. Jake's facing years. Mom and Dad's ranch might sell to cover debts. Town's a gossip mill. Matt and Lily's redo Thanksgiving was small, warm. Us, Grace, kids, Dana. No big table, just love. Mom called, sobbing. We're sorry, lost him, don't lose you. I said, time'll tell, work on it. Hung up, not ready. Grace says they're humbled. Maybe true, maybe not. I've got my share, my crew, Matt, Lily, Dana, and I'm rebuilding. Jake's thug was the last straw, showed me their chaos. I'm not. I'm solid, scarred, but free. Dana's my light. Kissed her by the fire, real now. Kids are thriving, trust's mine, and I'm done bending. Did I overplay it? Maybe. Worth it? Yeah. Thoughts. I'm out, but stronger.